Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. One of the bills that have been receiving a lot of castigation from Nigerians had been the water resources bill, which was forwarded to the Senate to deliberate upon. Some few days ago we heard that that particular bill has received already attention from the Senate, and despite the castigations, the government of the day has reaffirmed via the Minister of Information that they are not going to turn their back in respect to the water resources bill. Already, Nigerians believe that there's an undertone to that particular bill. But first of all, let's look at the reason why they're emphatic on this particular bill. But before we continue, if you're not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. The federal government has said that there is no going back in the passage of the National Water Resources Bill currently before the National Assembly. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, made this known on Tuesday at a press briefing he addressed with his counterpart, the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, in Abuja. The controversial bill, which was rejected in the 8th Assembly, has been reintroduced in the 9th National Assembly and is again receiving backlash from stakeholders who believe there is a sinister motives behind it. But Mohammed at the briefing said those criticizing the bill were either ill-informed or have not read it or do not understand its provision. It said the bill is for the good of the nation and has no hidden agenda whatsoever, adding that it's a deliberate mischief by some of those who have been portraying the bill as a new source of conflict. The minister said, and I quote, he said, "There is nothing new about the National Water Resources Bill. This is because it is an amalgamation of water resources law which has been in existence for a long time. These are Water Resources Act Cap W2 LFN 2004, the River Basin Development Authority Act Cap R9 LFN 2004, the Nigerian Hydrological Service Agency Establishment Act Cap N1100A LFN 2004, and National Water Resources Institute Act Cap N83 LFN 2004. So why are the laws being repackaged as the National Water Resources Bill 2020? The answer is that they are being reenacted with necessary modification to bring them in line with current global trend as well as best practice in integrated water resources management (IWRM). The overall objective of this amalgamation is the efficient management of the water resources sector for the economic development of Nigeria and the well-being of its country and citizens. The bill provides for professional and efficient management of all surface and groundwater for the use of the people, that is, for domestic and non-domestic use, irrigation, agricultural purposes, generation of hydroelectric energy, navigation, fishery, and recreation. The bill also ensures that the nation's water resources are protected, used, developed, conserved, managed, and controlled in a sustainable manner for the benefit of the persons. Critics contend that the bill is aimed at taking the resources of a certain part of the country for the use of others. In other words, the federal government is seeking to implement RODA by subterfuge. We also want to state that the bill is for the good of the nation and has no hidden agenda whatsoever. Also, we cannot rule out deliberate mischief by some of those who have been portraying the bill as a new source of conflict. We are therefore using this opportunity to appeal to Nigerians to avail themselves of the provision of the bill to avoid being misled by those who have chosen to politicize it. We also want to state that the bill is for the good of the nation and has no hidden agenda whatsoever. Finally, when passed into law, the National Water Resources Bill 2020 will provide for the enhancement of the Nigerian water resources in line with global best practice. Collaborating the minister's statement, his counterpart in water resources, Minister Adamu, said the bill was never a Buhari bill and was sent to all the states for concurrence. He said, and I quote, "This was never a Buhari bill. It is a bill for Nigeria. It started in 2008, long before the president thought of winning the election." Wow, Nigerians have gone on different social media to respond to this. And one big question that someone has asked, which I want to bring in here, is the person talked about the issue of refinery. That why is it that the government is rejecting to do anything about refinery, but they are overly interested in the case of this water bill? Now, one of the things that we know about the federal government, based on democracy and federal system of government, one of the things they do is to manage. They are to oversee. Their function is more of oversight. That to oversee the running of the country and also to protect the territories of the country, which therefore means they look at what the states are doing and also help to protect the federal territory of the state, to protect the people against external invasion of the country. But now this issue of water bill, the question is, what kind of modification, or what is that thing that had been done before now that it's not good enough, and the federal government wants to see how they can control it from their own angle? Because what we have heard about this issue of bill, which he had said that it's been forwarded to all the state government to look into it and to concur it. Up till today, they have not given their concurrence. I remember that the people who even started this issue of rejecting this bill were actually the state governors, who said that some of these waterfront or water resources have been able to provide some level of revenue for them. And putting it under the control of the federal government is kind of depriving them. So they refuse it, and before we know, even those in the this thing Senate also rejected it. Now the big question to which everyone is asking is, why is it that lawmakers in 2000 and in the 8th Senate rejected it? Why did they reject it? Because there are some provision in it which is not good enough. Already we know that one of the things that have been causing farmers stroke herders clashes in the southern part of Nigeria has been the issue of the waterfront, the water resources. They are looking for a particular environment where their animals will be able to graze well, and they have opportunity and privilege of entering into the water and all of that. So by the time this bill came up, Nigerians say no, because the way things are going already, there were some projects that have been rolled out which was to be in the favor of these herders, and Nigerians are saying no. So now that this person has come out to, speak openly and said there is no going back on this bill, for me, he is trying to trigger some level of, confrontation from the state government. I tell you the truth, because I believe strongly well that the state government and the representatives of the individual states that are affected by this will not allow such to happen. Imagine if the state government rises up today and begin to say that all lands belong to the federal government. No state will give in to such. So for you to want to put control over all this thing, water resources and all of that, no state will buy into such. Whatever that had been on ground and had been operational, let's still make use of that. We don't need modification, because the truth is that the modification will not be to the good of Nigerians. The opposition also have really stand up against this particular bill. Seriously, I could remember there was a video I posted some time ago, and the video had to do with some of the programs that have been rolled out by this administration, and one of them that was pointed out was this issue of this bill. And the person who was there to speak about it clearly pointed out that there is a sinister move by the federal government, for them to sinister move towards this issue of acquiring all the waterfront in Nigeria. And it's not just acquiring it, they also give a particular parameter. They say from this point to this, we are the owners of it. and which means that at any time, discretionary, they can use it for anything. Anyone can decide not to meet the state government if the federal government are in control of this thing. So no need of meeting the state government, no need to care how they are going to feel. All what we need to do is to make sure that we just get a hold of, talk to the federal level of government about our plans, so plan and so plan, and they will go ahead. Since they are in control of it, they'll go ahead and give it to us. And which sometimes such program may be to the detriment of the state. The state may not want that kind of program, but because possibly it may be hampering their own economic activity, it may be disturbing the environment or the lands around that environment and all of that. Conventional agriculture may be disturbed. That's why people are rejecting it. I feel at this point that the government should let go of it, because if you are saying that this is for the good of the people, and the people are telling you, Oga, we know it's for our good, but we don't want it. Keep it like the way it was. It clearly shows that you have to obey them, because if truly we are practicing democracy, we must understand. And when we talk about democracy, it's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And you are making something for the people, and the people are saying, no, we don't want it. Why are you pushing and insisting that it must be realized? I feel at this point that the government needs to call off this issue of water resources bill. But what do you think about it?